Are you feeling like no matter what you do, you're either too distant or too involved with your adult child? That is a super painful place to be. So you feel like you're kind of caught between wanting to protect your own heart and then yet at the same time fearing that you might push them even further away. But how do you know if you've crossed the line from setting a healthy boundary to being controlling? Everyone has their opinion on that, but maybe you've tried offering advice that wasn't asked for, or maybe you stepped into some problem solving mode that they didn't want help with, or maybe you use guilt to get a response. And today I want to talk with you and explore some of this because I want to help you recognize patterns and, more importantly, how to create some space for healing without unintentionally pushing them further away. Because I know that for a fact that is not your intention. So let's dive into this. How to establish boundaries versus control. And this is a question I get a lot from moms, hence why I'm making the video today. The first one is boundaries versus control. What is the difference? I want to help you understand what the difference is. As many of you know, the word boundaries or personal limits, you can call them, they are essential for protecting your emotional well-being and also creating a healthy relationship. And that goes with anyone, not just your child. But what they should do is they should focus on managing your behavior and emotional needs rather than dictating or controlling your adult child's actions. So this is about you. For example, a boundary might involve choosing not to engage in conversations with your child when they become disrespectful. If you're maintaining peace, rather than demanding a change in their behavior, you're just walking away from that. Control, on the other hand, is more about trying to influence or dictate their behavior. There's a big difference here, but yeah, a lot of people get confused. A lot of times moms who are in control mode, it usually stems from some sort of fear or anxiety about the relationship. They're not feeling confident for whatever reason. An example of control would be demanding that your child respond to messages immediately, or attempting to micromanage their decisions, their marriage, their own parenting, things like that. That can lead to resentment and distance over time. The key difference is that boundaries are set to maintain, like I said, your emotional health and self-respect, while controlling, that stems from trying to force an outcome. We're not here to force an outcome. And healthy boundaries overall are going to truly keep the door open for potential reconciliation in the future. So for those of you that are estranged. But these controlling behaviors that a lot of us tend to do is just going to push them away further. And I know that's not your intention. Secondly is I want to share with you some signs maybe you're crossing into control, because it can be difficult to recognize. Because when you're slipping from setting a boundary into controlling behaviors, what are the signs of that? Well, one is, like I mentioned before, unsolicited advice. You offering advice to them when it has not been asked for can come across as controlling, even if your intentions are so good. But what it does is it signals to your son or daughter that you don't trust their ability to handle their own life. To this day, I ask my kids if they want my advice. Did you want me to just listen, or did you want my advice? And depending on which child, sometimes they get a different answer, and that's okay. But when we go into problem-solving mode and we're constantly stepping in to solve their problems, whether they've asked for help or not, it does undermine them and how they could feel about it. And it makes them feel suffocated. What about guilt? Are you one that says, after everything I've done for you, maybe it can make them feel manipulated or leading to more distance overall? It turns the emotional connection that you have into an obligation. They don't want another obligation. That is going to erode trust over time, which is going to destroy your relationship. But the emotional consequences of all these behaviors are so significant, both for you and for your son or daughter. But for you, it can create feelings of frustration, right? And you're probably feeling powerless. And when they don't respond as you had hoped. But for them, it leads to resentment and an urge to distance themselves. both physically and emotionally, which is why, and some of you are experiencing that little by little. For those of you that are dealing with that, or maybe you're just dealing with a tough relationship with your adult son or daughter, if you are ready to take the next step in taking care of yourself during this time, if you're looking for a lifeline, you're looking for coaching, when you are ready for that, I want you to click the link below for the discovery call, because this is an opportunity for me to learn more about what's going on, but I want to know how it's affecting you as a mom, because that's where I come in. I want to know about your journey, and I can share with you how coaching can provide the support that you deserve in this process too. This isn't easy for anyone, but again, this call is for moms that are ready to prioritize their own well-being. And sometimes you're ready and sometimes you're not, and that's okay. But you reach out to me when you are ready, and then we can go through everything and I can share with you how I can help. And lastly, number 3 is balancing hope with acceptance. You know, when we set boundaries, we're doing it in love. Hopefully, that's the goal, right? I want you to be. But it's important to balance the hope for reconciliation with acceptance that these boundaries may not be well received at first. But some of you have to realize that you need to do it anyway. You know, your son or daughter may react negatively, they may resist the boundaries, and they may even withdraw from you further initially. They're trying to feel this whole situation out as well. And so you have to remember that you can only control you. You can only control your own actions, your own responses. You can't control the reactions or choices of your son or daughter. So what this means for you is accepting that the relationship might experience periods of temporary distance. Some of you have experienced that. And as they adjust to this new dynamic, remember why you're creating the boundary to begin with. This whole season can be painful because maintaining those firm boundaries, which again is an act of self-respect for you, it will also in turn create a healthier space for potential healing in the future. So keeping hope alive is so crucial for so many of you. And I know that a lot of you are struggling with that, but it means believing in the possibility of future connection, but it also means letting go of immediate gratification or letting go of immediate expectations that it's going to be a certain way. And you need to find peace in the present by focusing on your own emotional health. And so I hope that this helped you. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.